Let's come to think of it. This is really true. Because if we look at it very deep, we see that Lagos State really made it difficult for other states to be developed because all activities are channeled to Lagos State. Seaport and others, they are channeled to Lagos State. What is happening in Lagos State is not happening in other states. So that is why you see that other states are not benefiting what Lagos State is benefiting because of the different activities that are happening there. That's why everybody want to go to Lagos State. You see most people, they want to go to Lagos State. They want to go and stay in Lagos State because of the company, the industry, the seaport, and so on and so forth that is in Lagos State. So if VeryDarkBlackMan said that Lagos State made it difficult for other states to be developed, it's true. Now, I just want you to settle down, listen to what they really explain in this video. You will know that it's true, that Lagos State made it difficult for other states to be developed.
In Port Harcourt, there's ports. It's just that even when you are shipping your stuff, they will ask you where do you want it to be shipped to. You can decide where. There's even in Kaduna, there's land, there's dry port in Kaduna. If you want your products to be delivered there, they will deliver it to the place. Now, something that's gone. I will tell you why people prefer Lagos. Hold on. Why people will prefer Lagos? More manpower and there's easy accessibility for all of them. What is Calabar Coastal Highway trying to do? That's the same thing this Calabar Coastal Highway is trying to do, to expand the country, but you are impatient as Nigerians to wait for the result and you keep complaining. And everything. And let me tell you, this thing has been happening from the previous government till now. Why haven't you guys put the same energy and everything to the previous government? Why this government? I am not saying that this government is doing. What I'm saying is this government doing their best? Probably not. They could have done better, but they are actually doing something. Don't say there's nothing happening in this government. They are actually trying their best.
Kind of what my friend Lade just said, Salim. I agree with him 100%. The truth is that there are ports almost everywhere in Nigeria, and importers just believe that we want to go to Lagos. For obvious reasons, you find most of the things you want in Lagos, and so it's not the fault of the government. Like she said, we've had presidents in the past who did not do anything to better this country. And so for me, if you blame it on this present government, you are not being fair to the government. VDM is not being fair. You understand? The fact that the ports in Lagos is thriving, the fact that the airport in Lagos is thriving, is because everybody wants to go to Lagos and do whatever you want to do in Lagos. Abuja, for instance, we have an international airport. Excuse me. Yes, we have an international airport in Abuja, for instance, but people still believe they need to go to Lagos. I'm coming from the point of view of VDN. He said people prefer to fly from Lagos. So it's not the fault of the government, please. Let's just absorb this government of blame all the time. Thank you so much.
Add to what my guy here said. See, government is not rocket science. It is simple. Now, as much as there's pressure, what is at play here? What is the problem of government here is the politics behind government. Fact. See, these men are not out here to make our lives better. They are there to make their life. Now, I'm not going to say every one of them. There are a few people who has genuine intention for the country. Now, if a man like this, who has no experience in government, is telling you that there is, see, Lokoja and the rest you mentioned and even none. See, do you know you could build a dream, you could dredge the Imo Sea? You are, aside dredging, there's Port Harcourt, there is Calabar, there's Akwa Ibom, there's Warri. See, you're complaining about Lagos. These people are strategically moving everything to Lagos to keep at a location. You don't know this because you are just jumping at, you think it's rocket science for the federal government to issue or these people, state governments to work on, and then Port Harcourt, this thing is functional, or the shipping in Calabar is functional. You think it's hard? Do you know how many billions we spend? And then somebody comes here to defend this government and everything, and I look at this person and say, what is all this nonsense? Do you think they are here to make your life easy? They're here to make to enrich. Why do you think they don't have anything here? They're always outside. So please, nobody should tell me anything. See, it is simple. If we want to even make everywhere good for Nigeria, it is very easy. Now, in terms of Lagos State, it is easy to even decongest Lagos State. With that, tell me just one thing. Just do a seaport in Calabar. Watch me. I bet you, half of the businessmen you see in Lagos will disappear. It is simple. So please, let's just proceed. I don't have anything to answer.
You made a very vital point. You know, the truth be told, if you stayed in Port Harcourt very well, you will know that Port Harcourt also has access to the seaport. You have once you get to One, once you pass Aleto and all those sites, going to Eleme, going to One, you find out that operations go on and on, even from Atiku's firm, you know, and other oil wells there. I think, you know, it's the monotony we're talking about. Having everything to do with Lagos, from the international airports. Most people who are flying out of the country go through that route. Most people who are also bringing in things, you're importing cars, you're importing all sorts of stuff, has to be Lagos. If you have these things in different locations, Warri, what you call it, Onitsha, no, even Warri is even closer. From Warri you can do your business. Kaduna, Kanu, and then Port Harcourt, most importantly, you can have access. It makes the pressure in Lagos reduce. It brings business down to these sites. You understand? So, you know, it's a very valid point that, you know, if we have these things, you know, made up in other states, why not more revenue for the states, more job opportunities for those states, more trusted clients? You wouldn't have to be far away to make orders, you know, down to where you reside. So it's a 100% valid point for me.
Actually talk about the solution without bringing personal sentiment to it. We had a PDP president, a southern, sometimes I ask the question, who changes things? We had a southern president, he didn't change anything. We had a northern president, he didn't change anything. Now we have a western president, and we are saying it's about this party and it's about policies in this party. So who changes things? If it's sorry, please, I'm coming. Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying, please. You can have your opinion. The question I'm answering is who changes things? Because we've had people in different parties from different areas that are actually not changing things. So I would not say, what's the power in Lagos now? Who is coming to change things? Because these people are doing the same thing. Saying people will see if you change it today and still put pot in Port Harcourt. Some people will still not leave Lagos.
P2B said something that we consume a lot, right? And we don't really produce. So I'm going to trace everything. We consume a lot. Where the things we consume, where is it coming from mostly? It's coming from Lagos State. Lagos was originally meant to contain less than 3 million people. Today we have over 20 million people in Lagos. That's population bomb. Why? Because everything comes from Lagos. Gadgets come from Lagos. Cars come from Lagos. You are importing food materials, it comes from Lagos. Seaports, everything. So naturally people will navigate towards the area that has much traffic. So what we are all saying is, if we can decongest the economic factors in Lagos that are making people to come to Lagos into other areas, people will naturally disseminate to those areas. So you don't need a lot of business entrepreneurial mindset or anything. So let's say we take out some of the essentials in Lagos and we channel it to Calabar, we channel it to, let's say, Akwa Ibom, to Port Harcourt, to other places, and open up these places. You see that private individuals will now go to those other places and set up their business. And when they're setting up their businesses, you see people building things there, innovation happening in those places, infrastructure development happening in those other areas, and it decongest Lagos. So when someone graduates from university, you are not thinking you want to go to Lagos because there's a lot of money there. You might decide to go to either Port Harcourt or Calabar or any other place that have these things. So we are not saying that it is just because there's the business idea. There is nothing in Lagos that make Lagos spectacular or unique. It is just that seaport and the concentration of all the economic powers in that seaport. That is why it's that way. So that's what we're saying.